Okay, so back again of my Lyme disease story. So anyway, what I did is I studied the how the immune system works. And you know what was interesting is that at that time, 2015, it was actually, how can I put it? They actually knew very little about how Lyme disease worked. I think I'll go up this way actually. And it was kind of like, talking about strangeness, that they didn't understand how the immune system worked. It was a mystery. And we now know that the immune system begins in the gut, in the stomach. So your stomach has to be healthy in order for the immune system to work properly. And that's a big breakthrough there, isn't it? And so you've got to eat correctly. So stage one is to understand how Lyme works. See, now Lyme disease is unique because the Lyme bacteria it's a pathogenic bacteria, and it hides from the immune system. But what makes it different from all other bacteria is that it feeds on magnesium, whereas most bacteria live on iron in the blood, so they eat the iron, and that's why you get tired. That's why you need iron tablets and stuff like that. And antibiotics actually reduce the ability of any bacteria to feed on iron. So that's how antibiotics work. But they don't have anything really that can do that for bacteria that feeds on magnesium. See, so that's why you've got to take those antibiotics within the first week or something or the first 2 weeks of getting Lyme disease. Otherwise it's just useless, because the Lyme ingrains into your body, into your muscles and everywhere. So what was I saying? So that's the first thing. So that's why my muscles were deteriorating and getting weak. So step one was to start buying magnesium. And here's a tip: don't buy those magnesium tablets, because that's useless. Most of it gets sort of destroyed in your stomach. So you've got to buy magnesium oil or magnesium gel that they use for sports people, and just rub it straight onto the muscles, and it'll absorb it like a sponge, and you'll notice a drop in pain, and you'll also feel stronger almost within seconds. So that's step one. But for me, and it might be different for you guys out there if you have Lyme disease, for me the number one thing was sleep. Because I was just not getting, I think I was getting 2 hours sleep a day. And your immune system cannot work if you don't have sleep. So, and the problem was I couldn't sleep because of the pain. And my own doctor was giving me the most powerful painkillers out there, like morphine based or something. And it still didn't do any good at all. I was still in pain. And then he gave me sleeping tablets, and he gave me 1 extra hour's sleep. So I felt like I was going insane. And my doctor said, I recommend you see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or something. So I went to see this psychologist, and he said, what's the problem? I said, I've got Lyme disease and I can't frigging sleep. And he said, well, I've got these tablets, and these will make you sleep. And he showed me a tiny little tablet, right? And I said, that's not going to make me sleep. And he said, we use these tablets for schizophrenia. And he said that they have a side effect of making you sleep. And so He said, but if you take one, it'll change your brain forever and you've got to keep taking them. So I said, well, as long as it makes me sleep, then I don't care. So he said, take 4 or 5, I think, can't remember now. And then after that, just take 1 or 2. So I took, I think I took 4. And he said to me, he said, Arthur, trust me. He said, 5 of these will knock an elephant out. And I was so skeptical because they were just so tiny, these tablets. Well, anyway, I took them, slept for 2 days. My poor wife was terrified. She phoned the doctor and said, you know, Arthur's been asleep for a whole day. You know, it's like day 2 and he's still asleep. And the doctor said, let him sleep. When I woke up, when I finally woke up, the pain level had dropped by at least 50%, I would say. And the relief of that was, I can't put words to that, the relief of the pain dropping to 50%. And that sort of became bearable in a way. I could start to move around. And I started on my diet then properly. So yeah, the diet's important. 0 sugar, absolute 0 sugar, because all bacteria feed on sugar. See, so you got to deny them sugar. And here's the biggest tip of all. Bacteria love, or they thrive in an acidic environment in the blood, right? And if you have sugar, it makes your blood acidic. See? So you've got to make your blood more alkaline. And this is where it came back to me from my school days. And the way to make your blood more alkaline is really strange. See, strange again. And that is, you can have, what I did to do that was lemon, like a pure lemon, squeeze it in, half a lemon, right, hot water, no sugar, and drink. And I used to drink half a lemon at 6 o'clock every day. And strangely, like, lemon is sort of acidic. It actually does the opposite to your body and makes your blood more alkaline. Isn't that strange? So that makes the environment for the bacteria uncomfortable, see? And I'm sure I used to feel that that bacteria was dying. Now, another clue is the pain part. So where does the pain come from? Now, the pain comes from the bacteria dying. So when bacteria die, it releases poison in the blood. And wherever that bacteria is, if it's in your muscles, it could be in your arms, could be in your knees. They tend to go for your knees for some reason. And that's because the immune system has actually found them, killed them, and all those bacteria dying releases blood, poison in the blood. And that causes the pain. So you've got to get the toxic poison out of your blood. And the way to do that is to drink loads of water and have green vegetables. And I mean the darkest green you can find is the best for cleaning out toxicity in your blood. So I did all these things, and gradually the pain started to reduce. But now I'm like skin and bone, you know what I mean? So I've got to start walking now. And I was walking, you know, I used to go to the post box to pick up the post, and it's only about, let me think, it's about 100 yards from my house. And that was taking me half an hour just to get there, and then half an hour to get back. But I mean, what are you going to do? You've got to decide, do I carry on or do I just die? You know, it's a battle of the mind and the will. And I just wanted to, you know, I wanted to carry on living. So, yeah, what other things? I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to carry on a bit to that'll be part 4, won't it?